Do you love God? Did you know that one ultimate goal of God is that we will willingly love Him? God could have created us as a robot that has no choice but to love God and serve God. But He has given us free will to choose Him. The Bible says God is love. So you see, God is so loving that He wants to win us with His love. Do you love God? The greatest ambition you can have is to love God. The best ambition you can have is to love God. You see, that in itself is enough pursuit for you every day of your life. So you won't even have time to bother about distractions, side attractions here and there, because you have something heavy that you are pursuing. And I can tell you there is nothing that can be as satisfying as when a man loves God. That is when a man will find satisfaction, peace, joy, pleasure forevermore. Everything that is seeking is in loving God. What does it mean to love God? He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. If you love me, depart from evil. There are two aspects about that. One says, if you love me, ye will depart from evil. Or they that love God, they depart from evil. That means that those who love God, they don't sin. They don't do the things that displeases God. They don't do the very thing that God knows, that God says, I hate. For example, God says He hates divorce. And then you say, oh, I love God. But then you are still going to divorce. You don't love God. In fact, you don't know God. You cannot hate your brother, because God says if you hate, you are a murderer. If you are bitter at heart, if you have envy, jealousy, if you are into adultery, fornication, lasciviousness, you can't be watching pornography and say, oh, I love God. No, you don't love God. You cannot be telling lies and say, I love God. You cannot be deceitful. You cannot be a thief and say, I love God. That's the first aspect. The second aspect is that when you love God, you seek to do His will. So on one hand, you don't do that which is not His will. But you are not going to remain passive. You are going to seek that which is His will. You want to know His mind. So when He asks you to do something, that is what you want to do. When He said, this is the way I want you to go about your life, you go that way. There's no argument. You don't struggle with God. All you are seeking every day is to please Him. All you are seeking every day is to love Him. Did you know that Jesus paid the price on the cross of Calvary so that we can experience the love of God? He says this is the summary of the whole law, that you will love God with all of your heart, with all of your strength, with all of your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. I want to ask you again, do you love God? You know, when you love God, it will reflect in how you treat people. It will reflect in how you relate with people. Do you love God, brethren? That is enough agenda for you for life. That is enough pursuit for you for life. Do you know why people at times make terrible mistakes with their life? Human beings are looking for something to pursue. So they just pick something. Somebody may say, oh, I want to be an activist. I want to do. They are looking for a cause to devote their life to. But the greatest cause, and probably the only cause you should devote your life to, is to love God. Make that your pursuit. Even if you are in ministry, don't let your goal in ministry be to minister everywhere, to win so many souls. By the grace of God, you will win souls. But let your own personal pursuit in ministry be to love God, to continuously grow in the love of God, because that is what delights the heart of God. You know, for so long, we have so much been interested in us. God, give me this. God, give me this. God, give me this. But when you meet people that really knows God, what they are asking for are things that pleases God. They want to satisfy God. They want to make God happy. So they are actually seeking the joy of God. They are not seeking anything for themselves. They are seeking His kingdom. They are seeking His righteousness. They just want to love Him. They just want to please Him. They want to worship Him in spirit and in truth. They want their life to bear the fruit of God. You know, He said that God delights when your life bears fruit. So that person wants to bear fruit because that is what delights the heart of God. My prayer is that you will also find grace to love God. I'm Olusegun Mokuolu. God bless you.